City, Gotham City, Gotham City, Gotham City, Gotham City.
You see the back, you see the back, you see the back, you see the back, yeah. You see the back, you see the back, you see the back, you see the back. Let me talk my shit. Yeah, hey yo, they got a splash. Now they caught up in the bats wave. Foot on the gas, pushing foreigns out the bats cave. From out the corners, I was brought up in those crack days.
Check it out. It's your boy Ricky Bats, CEO of Gotham City Music Group. 100 Mad, you know the vibe. We chilling with the hip hop advocates right now.
Yeah.
Tap in.
Let's go, yo. That was great right there, man.
Word up.
What a great way to intro into the show, man. We appreciate that.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Son, we threw the bat sign in the sky. And Ricky Bats.
I'm here. That's what's up, man.
100 bats.
It's a pleasure, bro. We appreciate you coming through, chilling with us.
We've been checking out your social medias, your music. We've been doing our homework.
Yep.
You know, just preparing for. It's like the SATs. You know, we're making sure we want to pass the test. My man, the Rub, he's a music connoisseur with it. He likes to break down bars. We do a lot, so it's gonna be a fun time here.
I'm excited.
Should we just jump into it, Rub?
Let's get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Yo, so we seen you with everybody, man. Talk about how the music started for you.
I mean, from the South Bronx, man, where it was created. So it was like coming out my building, I would see, you know, all these rappers. It could be street corner hustlers that was rapping on the street corner or in the building, or I would see like KRS or Fat Joe or, you know, somebody that was already signed come around the neighborhood. So, you know, I was intrigued by that. So, you know, and I started rapping with, you know, the neighborhood guys, and you know, the rest is history. I just love the music. And before I started rapping with the neighborhood guys, my uncle Douglas, he was like a b-boy. Mm-hmm. He used to come in the crib with my grandmother's house, and he used to play hip hop, freestyle, all of that in the back room. So as me being a young kid, I used to hear that, you know, and he was like the youngest to my age out of my grandmother's kids, you know what I'm saying? So, and I used to learn and watch his style and stuff, and then he got killed.
Oh, shit.
And so, you know, and then that's basically the beginning for me. And then once I got a little older, then I seen the neighborhood kids on the corner, the older kids.
That's dope. So you had somebody in your life at one point that actually opened the door for you, like as far as that was home, you know, that opened that door for you to come into the game, like, you know, want to learn and
got introduced. You know what I mean? I remember my first hip hop record that I bought. My album was the Slick Rick one. You know what I mean? That was my first one. So it was like, ever since then, I just love hip hop. My cousins was into hip hop. They used to listen to Nice and Smooth all the time. Black Moon. You know, the guys guys on my block used to listen to Black Moon.
Running down the list, right?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like Gangstar and, you know, Mobb Deep, you know. So around that era, that's the era I grew up in.
Early 90s shit.
The early 90s era. You know what I mean? So the Onyx, the Nas, the you know, Tupac, and so I'm cut from that cloth. The Nas, you know, the Biggie and the Jay-Z. So it's like when I write, I'm like more intricate with you know, what I want to express.
One thing we always stress too, like for younger artists, is like you got to go back and check. You know, it's not just about what's today, what's going on. Yeah, you know, you want to obviously be in tune with the times, but you also got to go back and do your homework, because like us, you know, we probably a generation before you probably. We came up in the late 90s, but I always went back to the late 80s stuff, mid 80s stuff, just to learn and you know where it came from. And that's one thing I always try to stress to younger artists. It's like, you know, you just can't be all about what it is today. You got to know where it came from, how it started, so you can broaden your
horizon,
creativity.
Yeah, because that's what I do. You know what I mean? I teach the kids on about music in the Bronx. I got a music program in the Bronx.
Program, right?
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, I got a music program called Gotham City Kids. So,
that was my next question. Yeah.
So
right.
so it's a good segue. So it's like
That's what I was leading to.
Too.
So you know what I mean. So it's basically teaching the kids the essence of hip hop, where it was created. You know, the forefathers, godfathers of this music. You know, and show them every aspect of it, from graffiti to breakdancing to
5 elements,
everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and then we get into the music form of it. You know, I teach them how to write bars, teach them how to get a rhythm, teach them how to get a flow, a concept, to stick to the concept. You know, how to rhyme your last bar with the words flowing. You know, every 4 bar measures. You know, how to write 8 bars a verse, 16 bar verse. You know, stuff like that.
Word, how to count bars. Remember
how to
that?
count
Like,
bars.
Yeah.
You know,
funny
because
it's funny because today my kid's mom sends me a video. I got a 6-year-old, and she sent me a video of him actually rapping in the living room. He's only 6. I was like, yo, look at this. She's like, look at this. Look what he's doing. I'm like, yo, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And that's just naturally him doing it.
It's natural.
Knowing that he knows what I do. He knows, I'm very big. I always play hip hop with him in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he's just doing it on his own in the living room. We working and he's just there.
Yeah, the
in his
kids,
own
the
world
kids are
vibing.
listening, man.
Yeah, man. They
They-
always
they-
listening.
yeah, exactly. They're soaking everything up right now. It's like their brain is developing, their frontal lobes is just still developing, and that's where they gather up all that information and retain the memories of stuff. You know what I mean? So
You
it's
working in what, like elementary schools?
yeah, elementary. You know what I mean? I got PS53 right now. I got a few more schools for the school season that starts up. You know, I got some more schools I'm gonna be working with, and it's a blessing to even be working with these kids and to give back, because I'm from the District 9 area of the Bronx. I was from the school, from that area. So, I did a record with 2 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds now, and we got it played on Hot 97. I took them to
I did see
Torrey.
that. Yeah.
And shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. I took them to places that they would never see any other time. You know what I mean? Especially is for me as a grown man now. Back then when I was a kid, I wish I would have had this mentor.
That's
'cause
big.
I'm-
What
Yeah,
you're
that
doing
guidance.
because of that.
you know what I mean? I'm more like a mentor. I try to when they see me, they give me a hug. So, oh, Mr. Rivera, Mr. Rivera. Some of them be like, hey, Mr. Batts. And then the principal or one of the teachers be like, this is not personal. You're gonna address him as Mr. Rivera.
Yeah.
Because it's cool. Like I'm I'm a rapper. They Google me. They see what I've done.
You're professional.
So be professional. So we showing them, sometimes sneaking some snacks here, yeah.
But you being from the neighborhood, someone that they can relate to.
Yeah, because I was a troubled kid, and the kids in my class, they was like from a shelter, or they're not fortunate as some other kids.
Mm-hmm.
So these kids come to my after school program, and they get away from maybe nothing at home. There's no food. It could be no food at home. It could be different situations that's happening in the household that we don't know
wanna
about.
be.
So they rather be over here learning something. And there's kids that's learning. Their grades double. Their scores double since they've been in my class.
That's
big,
fire,
man.
bro.
Know what I mean?
That means what you're doing is really having an effect.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I got a
impact.
couple. I got a couple little Spanish kids that don't even speak English in my class that is getting along with the other kids, and the other kids that do speak English, and they helping them. So we have drawing, we do graffiti. So we have them have bubble letters up, and I just say use these letters to draw these words.
That's ill, man.
Back
So-
and what giving back to the community like that. Son, you doing something that you love. Like, what inspired you to do that? Was it you coming up, like you said earlier, like you wished you had somebody to teach you?
I
the
mean,
ropes?
I was always like a guy that liked kids. As far as I think that kids are the future. You teach the kids that make the world greater, because I think my generation, dropped the ball on a generation now, because we was either locked up, which I did 17 years, or you had guys that got killed, or you had guys that are junkies or straight deadbeat dads. So those kids that grew up now, they wilding out. They didn't have that guidance or the male guidance.
18, 19-year-old going crazy.
They're going crazy. You know what I mean? Just the other day, me and my man Mikey, we was driving through the neighborhoods in the Bronx, and we see the youngins and shit. They throwing water. It's like 30 of them throwing water on a Uber driver on a scooter as he had a red light. You know what I'm saying? He had a red light, doing his job. Doing some young stuff. And I understand that because I was young too. You know what I mean? But now that I'm old and I look back and I be like, damn, I was wilding. I did way more stuff than that. I did way more stuff than that.
Like, yo, that's just fucked up.
Light work.
Don't work, but that's.
You know what I mean? But it was funny looking at it happen. It's kind of funny because it's just water. But at the end of the day, if you look at the whole bigger picture, as he's driving, he could have crashed. He could have ran into somebody. He could have had a gun and shot one of the kids. Because
And I think that happened recently.
It
because
did?
of that. Yeah. I seen that yesterday on the news.
I think I did see that too.
Somebody with a water gun ended up getting shot with a real gun.
Yep.
It just happened. So it's crazy. It's true what you said.
So you know what I mean? It's just the fact that as you get older, you get more aware. You have more awareness because you have more experience.
Mm-hmm.
So me, I've been going through stuff and I was mad young. You know what I mean? I had awareness since I was a kid. I always been a boss. Always been on my own. I always been a nomad. You know what I mean? I always try to just do things that other people wasn't doing.
Lead by example.
Yeah. So I really ain't care what other people thought to a certain point. Because you always gotta care about what people think. Because that help you shape who you are. Because you can't really be a reflection of yourself, of your own opinion. Because now you're gonna be biased. Because what you see in the mirror that you think you might not like, you will find an excuse to like it or think it's cool. You never know what's going on in somebody's mind and what they're going through in life. Because people going through a whole bunch of stuff. You never know what this man's going through, what that man's going through, what that man's going through.
Yeah.
So anything could tick them off.
And that comes with age, right? That comes with what.
But once you start experiencing stuff,
Yeah, you go.
then you want to continue to keep experiencing stuff. So you're not gonna want to do stupid shit, right? So when you start doing stupid stuff, then that you're just gonna hinder you from doing greatness.
Mm-hmm.
So
Slow you down.
I crashed a couple times because when I was young, I went away for 7 to 9 years. You know what I'm saying?
How old were you when you first went?
I was 17.
Shit.
I missed my whole 20s. So I came home at 34. So I caught a 7 to 9, came home 6 months on parole. Then I got sent back up with a 9 to 12.
Oh shit.
And I did 9.5 out that. And then I was on parole for the rest of the time. So it was like 21 years altogether. You know what I mean? So I was wilding. I was doing stupid shit in the schools. I was like, I caught my first case in the school with a starter gun. One of my mans robbed the kid I was with. They went through the whole school, looked for me, found the gun in the class. It was a whole, and I was young. I was 12, 13. Had a stolen car at the time.
Yo,
Word of mother. Like, you know what I mean? And I had 2 drug cases. I had a shooting. I was like 13, 14 years old while now at that time. Like, that was like the first beginning of shit. They sent me out to Spofford. I went out to Spofford. They remanded me from court because I had all these open cases as a young kid. Because once you get caught up, they send you out the precinct because you underage. Your mom come get you. Boom, you out. Mm-hmm. My grandmother used to get me because she had custody of me. So she used to come get me, and I was doing all of this shit at that age. But then they remanded me, and I went to Spofford. And then
What you feel at that time in your life? Like what you feel drove you like just to continue getting caught up in?
Nigga, I was getting caught up all the way. I was getting caught up for a long time, bro. Like,
I'm saying, like, you didn't have
like,
like smacking you over the head.
Nah, bro. It was the judge. It was the law. Like I had TNT caught me 2 times. I was 14, 15. TNT caught me down with a bus and bar. I was on a block, caught me with a bus and bar. And even when I came home from when they bailed me out and matter of fact, when they picked me up, like my mom's came through, I went with my boys in his car that I was working for at the time. So as we going back down through the hood, right, from the precinct, there's a police car that see us and they put the lights on. He's gonna pull us over. So my boy just he's peeling on. He dipped.
Were you in the whip?
With me in the whip. So he dipped. Ooh, and then he parked though. He parked like in a parking spot. Turned the car off and he put the seat back. And the car went right out. The police car went right by. It's right there. It was in the Bronx on 167 and Teller right there. Yeah, I remember that right there. He parked through. Woo, went around and he parked the car. And then we went back. But it was one of those, those errors.
You gotta wait.
Yeah, I gotta wait. Like I would have went back because dudes was dirty, had no license. It was like I was really in the streets at that time.
Fucking Wild Wild West, bro.
Yeah, man, I was in the streets at that time, like a very young kid at an age. But so now I come back into the schools and I could be that mentor to these kids that are still nurturing. You know, they 7, 8, 9, even younger. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what I mean? And now I'm gonna be working with other schools that are, you know, junior high school and hopefully, you know, high school and colleges and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Help direct them in the right path. You know.
You know,
I admire that.
A lot of times,
That's dope.
You know,
Thank you.
A lot of times with kids, man, they don't. You know, you tell certain you know kids certain things that they never heard before, and that shit like really hits them because they never heard it come from from somebody. And you just say you be specific with it with somebody that's going through something, especially a young kid, and there's certain things that you could tell them that's just gonna hit them. You know, you gotta. I mean, obviously, you know, it's about continuing that presence.
You see, with kids though, right? You know, us being an adult, we have so much information. The information that we have, we can't pour everything into these kids at a young age. We have to dumb ourselves down to their age and to what they like, right? And then you mold them from there.
No, of course, yeah.
You can't tell them, no, you know, you don't grow up and do this, and you know, don't grow up and have all these kids. No, you gotta come down to them. When the kid wants attention and kid wants to be with their parent, you gotta be dumb yourself down to what they like. You want to play Roblox, you want to do Legos, you want to play Fortnite. You gotta go into their world. Mm-hmm. To understand your kid, you gotta go into their world.
That's the best way to connect.
You can't bring them into your world because you too grown. You have way more experience than them. They're not gonna understand that. Eventually, that's how you pour. I think Bruce Lee said something like that. You know, about
the water.
No, not water. About parents worry about giving their kids materialistic things or something like that, and you know, he worry about feeding his kids the knowledge that he needs to acquire that's gonna last longer. Yeah. So you know, and it makes sense. You know, it makes sense because you know I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. I've seen my life flash in front of my eyes several times. So they tried to kill me 4 times before I was 16.
Whew.
You get what I'm saying? So I've seen a lot of things happening. So I saw the past, future, all of that shit come like this. So at the end of the day, I know a high-risk situation. I know how to analyze everybody. Like I've been in prison for so many years, so I analyze, I watch. I'll go over vibe, energy. You know what I'm saying? My gut don't lie to me. You know, my gut, it was a feeling I felt. That same gut feeling that I went against and they shot the car up I was in. You know what I'm saying? So I never went against that again. You know, so it's like...
That's a life lesson right there, bro.
Yeah, nah, that's a big fact. Hell yeah.
Salute. So let me get this right. Ricky Batts, at a young age, was out on the streets wilding, and he learned a lot of hard lessons, and now he's back, giving back to the community, making sure it don't happen to other kids. You know, and it was crazy because you gonna say something?
Yeah, no, I'm saying because I don't, you know, how I approach it is like I don't like preach to kids. You know, what I do is I share my life experiences and hope you can retain some of the things that I'm saying because there's knowledge and there's wisdom in there. You know what I mean? I don't tell them what to do. I don't tell them, you know, preach to them because that's when you get the he preaching all that. Nah, I'm not the unk.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm not the unk. I'm not the. Just listen and follow my life, man. Just you know what I mean. And just you get a better understanding, but just take heed. That's all.
Well, Hope said I did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that.
Word.
Right?
And
that's what he's talking about right there.
So talking about the streets, you know, you might have seen Ricky Batts in the streets wilding, but we seen him lately wilding out working around everybody. The biggest of the big, you know, in the industry, going crazy. And we have a little segment where what we do is that we find a few pictures of you wilding in the streets, wilding in the fucking award show, doing music, and we have it over here and we present it to the viewers.
That's what's up.
Some illegal shit you doing, some legal, who knows? But right now,
I like this already.
Right now, this is Searching for Ricky Batts. This is Searching for Ricky Batts. Ricky Batts. I like this already. So right here is the first one. You gotta talk about this, bro. It's my favorite rap group, man.
Oh, those are my brothers, man.
Talk about it, bro.
Oh,
What you were
the
doing, how you
locks.
met him.
Voila.
They had a shout out to Big Joe. He had a concert. Joe New Life.
Okay.
He was throwing a concert, and it was the Locks concert or whatever. And I just went out there, went with a couple people, enjoyed the show. In the front row watching. I was invited there. So I was in the backstage going through. I was like, yo, the Locks just right here. I was like, all right, yo, they wasn't letting nobody in. So I was like, I'm going right there. Boom. Ricky Bats, boom. Walked in.
Yeah, they already know. You already know him, right?
Yeah. So I walked in because I was out there. Matter of fact, no, we was out there. Let me bring that back. I was out. Shout out to Ching Bing. Ching Bing from Smoke Champs. We was out there.
Yeah, I heard Nori say that.
Shout out to my brother Ching Bing. He was out there with Ching Bing and Pt.2 Crack.
All right.
So he was like, yo, Bats, we was out there with Pt.2 Crack. He was like, yo, let's go out here to go to Philly, and we're gonna go to, they performing. Mm-hmm. Like, all right, bet. So I went with Ching Bing out there, and then we
recent, right?
we was in the stadium, and then as we walking backstage, as I was saying, the Locks dressing room was there. It's like, yo, there wasn't letting nobody in, so we walked in. Ricky Bats, boom, boom, me and Ching Bing went in there, and as I walked in, I see Jada, he's there rolling up. Then you had Styles there. Then you had Sheik Luch there. And then Joe New Life was there. So, as I seen him, like Jada was rolling, look, double take, got up, gave me a hug. Styles, she was like, Bats! Like, what I mean? It was like, yo, Bats. They all gave me a hug and show love and stuff, you know what I mean? Because I used to record at D Block. I recorded a lot of records on there at D Block for some years. And that's where I built some type of relationship with him. I got a song with Sheik Luch called Throw Him Out the Club. I got something with Jada about to happen.
I got a video with the
Throw Him Out the Club, yeah. Right? So, you know what I mean? It's just the years of me working there that I acquired some type of friendship or rapport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's all love. Every time I see Kiss, he show me love. Anywhere I go, like, you know what I mean? And I just seen him at the Prince, the Prince Coming Home party.
Oh,
Prince?
Prince from Queens, Jamaica.
From Queens, Jamaica, yeah. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah, the Supreme Team.
Who's talking about that?
So
recently?
I was over there with Fredro. Yeah, I was over there with Dro. So I seen Kiss there. You know what I mean? Showed me some salute, gave me love. You know what I mean? Gave me a hug and all that. We chopped it up a little bit, and I mean, and that time there, that picture was taken. It was out of love. You know what I mean? And
it was just a picture for the photo album.
Yeah, it was a picture for the
That's dope, man.
for the
With the
archive,
fan,
for the archive. Yeah.
With the fan, right?
That shit is dope, bro.
Yeah, when you said Philly, I'm like, wasn't that recent? Because they were in Philly recent, like,
Yeah.
what was that, like
A few months ago. Nah, it was a while back, but I don't know if they went there again. But I know at that time it was out there in
Yeah.
Philly.
I know it was a recent
Big
concert
joint.
I saw that they was out there.
Yeah, it was a few. I think Fab was there too. It was alright.
All right, so let's talk about this joint over here. Talk about this one right here, bro.
Bronx Network. Shout out to Shaniqua Charles. She's like a Bronx community rep, and she called me to the show that's in the Bronx. It's the Bronx Network.
Yeah. Channel 12.
Yeah, Channel 12. No, is it 12? It's
12?
Bronx. There's a Bronx Network TV. It's no, it's not 12. That's the news network. Is 12. That's Bronx Network. That's where they show like stuff that's happening in the community, in the neighborhood, locally. On a in a higher form of in the neighborhood. So and then locally, and we was just talking about basically the stuff that I'm doing with the movies and with the kids as well, and my life and what I'm heading to, and what I see in the future type things.
That's dope, man.
That's dope. I'm sure you get a lot of praise for, especially the shit you went through and been through, and then people seeing your changes now today.
Yeah,
A lot of people want to give you that platform to tell that story because a lot, it connect with a lot of people, especially a lot of younger kids.
And I appreciate you having me up here to speaking and stuff like that. Now, I don't really talk about it, my life like that, even though I've done interviews because it goes in depth. There's more, but that's for the documentary and the movies and stuff that I'm working with. I'm working on and stuff.
Yeah, the
and
books too,
and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But it's just basically, you know, showing awareness. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has a story. It doesn't matter if it's in the streets or you use a rich kid that got broke, family died. Everybody has a story to tell. It's how you tell it.
And that's one thing we love. That's what we use this platform for. We want people to come in and tell that story, you know, express the things that they don't get to really tell in other platforms, you know.
Facts.
Big facts.
People's life be like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about movies, talk about this one right here, bro.
Oh yeah, the tunnel.
The tunnel, baby. Let's
Right
go.
here. Shout out to Fredro Starr. You know, my big brother, man.
So I remember when he came, he originally spoke about it like being a movie, but is it now
Right.
actually a series?
Yeah, it's a series. It's gonna be 10 series. I mean 10 episodes.
10 episodes?
You know, I really, you know, it's gonna be a great. I think it's gonna be a great series, man. It's something to look out for, man. It's gonna bring back New York. It's gonna give you that New York vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna I think it's gonna just spark up something new, man. It's
Now,
gonna.
not to get too in depth and not any spoilers or anything.
No, yeah,
but,
no spoilers.
like as far as like, because I remember him talking about now. Is it based? It's not based on the tunnel from back in the day, is it?
Well, it's obviously the tunnel. Is the club. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But it's not solely about the tunnel itself. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no.
It's about two kids trying to get to the tunnel. But eventually, once the episodes once the episodes ensues, is gonna entail more of the tunnel.
Yeah, because I remember he told us the story about the kids winning the tickets.
Like, it's like the Warriors. These kids get trapped in the projects with 100 buildings. It's fake projects. It's not.
Okay.
It's no 100 building projects.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna use AI to give me those big shots. I'm gonna be innovative with this movie. It's about these two kids trying to get to the tunnel. They win tickets to get to the tunnel, but
They got to go through.
they win $3,000 in a bodega and a scratch off, and the niggas from the projects know that they got that money, and they walking through the projects with $3,000 in their pocket.
Oh shit.
So niggas is after that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And they trying to get
It's
through.
on. Then they, so it's like an action movie, and there's some cool scenes in there.
You started working on it already, right?
Oh, I wrote it. Yeah, we ain't start filming it. I wrote it. I got the storyboard. I want to prepare before I even shoot. I want to get it prepared first, so I know what I'm shooting. Just really take my time and not rush it, but at the same time, I want to do it now. Like, you know,
That shit was intriguing the way he laid it down.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see this shit.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope, man.
seen them there.
I play a police officer on there too.
Oh shit.
Word.
Officer Bats?
Nah, I play Officer Charles.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Officer Bat.
That's the best. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. I seen Nems.
Yeah, Nems is on there too. Yeah. Nems is in
There'll be
there
a
too.
lot of good cameos on there from what I've
Nah, it's some good cameos. You got some good people, man. You gotta stay tuned and watch out,
I
man.
was about to say,
because-
could you share some? But
Nah, you
it's
got
top
Nims.
secret.
You got Nims. You
Well, I
got
remember he
Nims.
told me you sent me when they were shooting in Jamaica.
Right.
I live right nearby.
Right.
He was asking for extras and
Yeah, he was
everything.
looking for action. I was like, damn, my grandfather just died that fucking
Right.
week, and I
Yeah,
wasn't
it could have
even
came
into
out.
that.
We shot in the LES, Lower East Side. Shout out to the Lower East Side, man. They showed mad love out there to us
Dope, man.
and everybody that was involved. You know what I mean? That really like made this work because it's the team. You know what I mean? From the little things, man. From the actors, like Dro, we made a post about saluting to the actors and the producers and everybody that's involved in this, because it actually takes a team and a machine for every component to work.
Everybody got to be on the same page.
Everybody plays a
Part.
component.
Yeah.
They're a component to a machine, because without that part, that machine won't work.
That's funny because that's something my man always says over here. He's like, yo, some people you could probably do it on your own, but when you got a team behind you, it's like a car. Like somebody's a wheel, or somebody's another wheel, somebody's driving.
Yeah, but
everybody play their part.
But just because just because you got these people playing these wheels and these parts, you can't be driving a Bentley with a Honda tire. You get what I'm saying? They gotta be able to be on the same level of compatibility. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you can't have a Nissan brake on your Bentley.
Yeah, word. They got to be
Work
talented
ethic,
too.
The work ethic got to be the same.
It got to be up there. It got to be you got to look at the big picture.
Yup.
Because at the end of the day, it's easy to look at money and think about, okay, I'm gonna get money that's there. No, you got to think about something that's more investing, like the time you put into something for it to grow. You know what I mean? Because when it grows, now you see how you can make more of it. So now if you continue to thinking money for short term, that's what's just gonna keep happening to you. Short term things. You need long term. Long term is what's gonna.
You got to look at the big picture. Think. You got to be in it for the long run.
Yeah, the long run, but you also
The
have
long
your little
game.
short. You have your little short runs because that's for the now. You know what I mean? You got your little now pieces. You got your, boss wears 9 hats. A boss wears multiple hats to the point where one hat pays this bill, one hat take care of this, one hat take care of that, one hat take care of the banking, the savings.
Yeah, it's true. Because
You know what I mean?
I used to work at an Italian restaurant. Remember Johnny? And that dude, I don't know if he was connected to the mafia or what, but I know that if the dishwasher,
You never know.
if he didn't show up and nobody could do it, that dude was washing the dishes. He knew how to do everything, every single part of his business. He knew how to do it. So that just made him like, the fucking boss.
The machine got to
Yeah.
keep running.
That's why I started engineering my own shit. I started engineering,
You said mentioned
recording myself, mixing, mastering myself,
doing videos.
shooting my own videos,
Yeah,
shooting
yeah.
my own movies, directing it. If I'm not behind the camera, let's just say if I'll cheat you, you'll hold this for a second. I'll do it quick because I like to. It's still gonna come out looking like a movie, whether it looking look like a big budget because I got all the good cameras. I got the cranes, I got all the extra shit myself. You know what I mean? I got all that shit myself. Not the real large, gigantic. I got the stuff that works for somebody that
To make it look
to
good.
make it look like it's all of that big shit. I got the lights, I got the cranes, you got the slot glide, I got the car mounts, I got
But you have-
drone,
And you have the idea in your head of how you want it to look.
how I want it to look.
Once you do all that, now you know when you're getting behind the.
When I
behind the
edit
scenes,
fast, I
yeah.
already know what to do.
Exactly. You already know how you want it to look.
Yep. So,
You already painted that picture already in your head.
yeah.
What I say? It's all about the edit.
Oh,
Editing,
shit.
man.
I'll tell them all.
Yeah.
The
I'm
engineer, the
I'm gonna get
engineer's
you a
the
shirt.
man.
We're gonna get shirts with that shit.
Yeah.
I say that shit all the time.
Right. All about the editor.
Because for the show, I do the editing, and then he would be like, yo, Chris, it's all about the editing, my man. I'm like, the fucking editing takes mad long, bro. This shit is a fucking pain
It
in the
does
ass.
take man long.
Yeah.
You got to find the right catchphrases. You got to find the right, the right transitions, and it can't be boring because sometimes the interview could lag. You know what I mean? It could be
Gotta
you can't
watch
have
it.
no airtime.
Cut some things out.
Yep.
Even when I put a title on, you got to have the right font, the filters, the colors. I could go on for days. But let's move on to the next one. This one right here is another dope one. Currently one of my favorite artists. Every time he starts a verse, he's like, "Ha!" He's some shit like that. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
fucking bar heavy.
Right. He's heavy. That's one of my favorite artists right now.
Bar
man.
heavy. Talk about that night.
38
Man. How y'all,
Special.
man?
We was filming that night. We was doing the tunnel scene
Oh
right there.
shit, yo, we got another special guest over there. I
Yeah,
was
we
figuring it out.
We was doing a tunnel scene right there. He was there showing some support.
Another
And,
cameo.
we was right there. What we was doing, it was like at the green room where all the actors go to freshen up, got the snacks and stuff like that. So we was there. We was chopping it up a little bit.
I've seen a lot of BTS too behind that.
Yeah. It was a lot, man. It was very popular.
You see all the work behind, like there's a lot of shit going on. Like when people see it, they're gonna have to go back and see all the posts and shit and see all the shit that went behind it. There was a lot of work put behind it.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, man.
It still is, right? Cause y'all still shooting that.
No, actually, we done with the first episode. Now I was in the editing phase.
Oh, so that's one episode.
One episode,
Y'all got
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
10 more to go. Damn.
So you know what I mean? That's
Is
just,
that like the pilot?
yeah,
All right.
yeah. So it's gonna be dope, man. Y'all gotta watch out. Y'all gotta check that out, man.
Hell yeah.
The
Yeah,
tunnel.
we definitely watching it.
Shout out to Fredro Starr, man. And everybody that's involved in this project.
Yeah. All right. So last but not least, we're gonna take an old school legend, and this one, you gotta talk about this one, bro.
Oh man,
How you linked
Bronx
up with
Tale.
this
Oh,
man?
we was at a black tie event. It was me and Dro. We was downtown in Wall Street,
Oh shit.
and we was down there with Malik Yoba. Matter of fact, my table I was with Malik Yoba, AJ Calloway, a couple supermodels. You know, me and Fredro. We was there having dinner. My name's, you know, they had my name on a tag there. Everybody's name, like it was just a private event, but it was a private. It was shout out to Gungi Rivera. He throws a foundation every year, where he generates money to support a illness. I forget the name of the illness. It's a funny name, but it's an illness where they get people to, you know, to donate money, fundraise,
charity work,
and a lot of money. Yeah, they get a lot of money, a few million dollars every year. So, you know, we was invited there as special guests, and it had some amazing performances, and we was dancing, drinking, and we went around Kenan Thompson, got some pictures with Kenan Thompson. We was talking with him, Malik Yoba, AJ. It was a lot of people everywhere, man. Bronx Tale. You name it. It was like Edgar Malunga was there. Chopped it up with him.
You rubbing elbows with the highest celebrities, bro.
Yeah, like we was dressed up in a black suit, man. Everybody was all black, looking fly. You know what I mean? We was having great dinner, man. Met some very intrigued people, man. And shout out to Dro, man.
Were you able to get in a word with the Don over here, or it was just a quick?
Nah, we was talking. We had a little. Him and Dro was talking. Then we spoke a little bit. You know, it was more like you know, how you doing? I respect you. You know, respect your movie. Grew up and watching.
Good podcast.
Yeah, he's dope. He's very he's knowledgeable.
That's dope.
He spits some real wisdom. You know, when he speaks.
Bronx is on right there.
You know, so
Sonny from Bronx Tale.
Sonny from the Bronx Tale. But you know, I meet a lot of celebrities, man, and I take heed to what they say. You know, and you know what they say is like sometimes you don't want to meet your idol, because then it's like they're not your idols no more. Because like they fuck it up.
All that damn, what's it called?
The mystique.
The mystique.
The mystique.
Yeah.
You lose that mystique, that mystique that you had, that they had, that you admired about them. Like you lose
because as you like around them, you start seeing flaws, or you see something like you could not get an autograph from them. You could not get a picture, and it's like they said it in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So it made you feel it, and it stuck with you, and it's like, man, fuck.
That's why. Me personally, I know when I go around and I'm around, I don't even like taking pictures. I just want to enjoy the moment.
Right.
I don't even want. I'm not even about none of that shit, because for that reason, I don't want to get that fucking that shit is gonna make me hate that person. Like, I don't fuck with that no more.
I mean, if it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? No. But it's a moment in time, and you know, and it's like, all right, you know, it's the picture world, it's the picture era.
Yeah, it is. It really is. If you don't got a picture, then it happens.
Yeah, it's the selfie eras.
And then let's keep it a buck. We did meet one of our rap heroes, and we interviewed him over here, and you know what I'm saying? It wasn't what we thought. I'm not. We not naming names here, bro.
Okay.
We ain't doing bonchinchoso shit.
But did I say what I say? Like they say,
it's true,
the rap idols because
yeah, man.
You know, who you idol because at the end of the day, you might not like who they are. You just like their music. Their personality might not be anything that you feel like you connect with. But just
me personally, I don't judge nobody. So if I know you talking about it wasn't nothing to me. I seen crazy.
Yo, and that right there was searching for Ricky Bats, and we found him all over, getting crazy.
This is searching for Ricky Bats. Ricky Bats. I like it already.
Yo, and that was searching for Ricky Bats. Yeah. We found them all over, rubbing elbows with the fucking high class. You heard?
Yeah.
So, yo, Ricky, I'm not sure if you know, but my man right here, my man Erupt, he's a music connoisseur. So when he listens to music, it's not like anybody else. He be with a magnifying glass he got in his back pocket. He be searching for the best bars. And so what he does is that when he gets the best bars, he gets a few of them shits, brings them back, and he does some crazy shit. You know what? E, take it away, bro.
Yo, this right here is Bars with Ricky Bats.
Bars with Ricky Bats. Bars with
I got some bars that you wrote, you spit. We want to let the audience know the name of the song so they can check it out. What bars? What song these
What
bars?
song these
from?
bars are from? All right, let's see.
You just
See
name
if
the
I can
song.
remember. I got a lot of songs, so
I know.
let's see.
Let's go.
But let's get it. Let's kick it off right away. First one.
Uh.
Hitters come home with no job and expire. It's hard to get hired, get tossed in the fryer. It was a victim of that. I was a victim of that. Came home and I hit it right back. Back in the pen, it's never again. That's word of my kin. You'll see me like that.
Freedom.
You got it? Let's go. Let's go.
Freedom.
All right.
Album, Freedom.
Freedom AP.
Hey.
Now, was that your first project?
That
You
was
got home?
yeah. That's when I first got off parole. The same day I got off, they took the bracelet off my ankle. It's the same day the album came out that I went on a 36 city tour
Yeah.
around the U.S.
bro.
Yeah.
That was. I saw that. So, how far? So, how long you was on parole from the time you came home?
I came home. I was on parole for like a year and a half.
That shit must have felt great, man. To just
Hell yeah, man. And they
freedom,
almost
man.
violated me. They almost violated me too because when I was going through my parole office, I was a cocky motherfucker too because I'm going in and I'm talking to my parole officer and shit, and I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm thinking about getting a Bentley and and I'm talking to him, right? But
telling them too much.
yeah, but he was
Yeah,
like,
he
what
don't
the
use
Bentley? What
like
the
that.
fuck? A Bentley. But he knew that my fiance at the time, you know, that, you know, her family was like well known.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm thinking like he figured it out like that. But I wasn't, you know, he was just wondering, you know, what I'm talking about, like if I was selling drugs and shit like that,
That's
because
the
I was
thing.
known
You
for
opening
selling.
the
I was
door,
known
right?
for I was known for selling drugs and doing shit stuff like that. So as he was going through my stuff, he started Googling my name, and he would come across social media and see me like with strippers, whole bunch of money, bottles, and a helicopter, and nice cars, and like performing. So he calls me into the office one day, and I walk in the office, and he was like, "Yeah, how you doing, Mr. Rivera?" I'm like, "I'm good. How you doing?" You know, I think it's a regular visit. So he has a stack of papers like this. They all pictures that from my social media stack that he copied. So he was like, "What's this?" It's kind of like what you did right here with the photos. He pulled it up. What's this? How you know what was this? I was like, oh shit, I had to break all that down. But then he was like, you know what? He's like, you could have been a great example for a success story for our parole, but since you went behind my back and you didn't like tell me anything about it, I can't use you as a success story. So I'm gonna have to put a bracelet on your ankle. I could violate you, but I was like, you know, you still could use me as a success story. He was like, no, because you went around. But I said, if I was honest with you up front, you would have held me back from the things I had to do. You wasn't gonna let me go to no strip club to go meet up with Carmelo, and DJ Self, and DJ Enough.
Word.
You back.
You would have held me back from going over there. So I had to sneak around that shit. You know what I mean? So I'm here now. So I had like 6 months left. I was like, okay, you're gonna violate me, send me back for 6 months, or you're gonna put me in a bracelet for 6 months. So they put me on a bracelet for 6 months, and they had me on a 6 o'clock curfew. Because they saw me. I was in Massachusetts, because I did my time in Massachusetts. And when I used to go to D Block to record from Mass, I used to go to Yonkers from Pittsfield, Massachusetts. I used to drive on the Taconic Parkway to go to Yonkers on Soul Mill Parkway, right, and go record my albums and come back and try to beat curfew before I had the 6 o'clock curfew. You know what I mean? I had like 11 o'clock curfew that they said I had, but they didn't tell me I had, but I really had through the paper. You know what I mean? So yeah, they tell you that okay, you free on parole, but you got a curfew that you're supposed to abide by. You can't become a homo while late.
Funny you saying that, because I'm thinking about like bars with Styles and Jada talking about they got niggas on. You know, I'm like, yo, they talking about niggas.
Mm-hmm.
They talking about Ricky Bats.
Word, like
you know, like they got people. You know, people going through real shit. Like,
yeah, we're going through real shit, man.
you,
like
you one of them niggas. Like, you know, really.
So,
dealing
I
with
was
shit,
going
but
through
you was
parole.
defying the odds.
And I'm a 2-time felon. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a 2-time career felon, armed career felon, man. So ain't a little thing, you know what I mean, I'm a hit. So I had to play the straight line, especially like in Massachusetts and even in New York too, because I was wilding since younger, so I was getting these cases.
And Mass don't play either, man.
You know, Mass is a Commonwealth, so they make they sentences and they rules up.
Oh shit!
They don't
I
give
didn't
a
know
fuck.
that shit.
All right, let's jump to this next one. I'm back at it. Much more status. My grind thicking. Can't loosen up the band to the watch cause time ticking. Applying pressure. Straight to the top. Line skipping.
I'm back at it like a bad habit in full motion. No one spares if we ain't toasting on that one. Wait, say that again. Oh, that's the let them know bats.
Let them know, bad.
Let them know bats.
Ding ding ding
that
ding
sample,
ding.
that sample, like that Flojo sample.
Yeah.
Man.
Dun, dun. I shot that on my block.
That was an ill flip.
I did that on my block on Park Avenue.
Video?
Yeah. I got a video. I had the Hellcat doing 360s around me. Shh, in the middle of the street.
Oh shit!
Nah, the track.
We shut that down, right, Mikey? We shut that block down, right? We shut the block down that day. No permit.
That was an ill fucking video.
Yeah,
Actually,
good
you
looking.
should put that in the
Right now?
bumper right there. People to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
that.
Oh,
You
we
know,
will.
let them
Definitely
give them the
will.
visual.
Nah, that's fire. That was fire.
Nah, that was
I had
dope.
everybody, I was a hot ass day too. That was the hottest day ever. Mikey, remember that day, Mikey? That's why you this dark now. That shit's still there. Yo, that's still hot. Dead ass.
All right, he's 2 for 2 right now. He's doing good. He's doing good.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead.
That one almost had me slumped for a second. I started going into licking off of hip hop.
All right, that's automatic. Don't say a word to them badges. Force the outcome to be something dumb for the babbling. The lack of manners will have bandits and bandanas in your cabin with hammers. The advantage, speaking Spanish.
I don't know that one. I don't know how. I know it, but I didn't know how you said it. But
Well, that's the
let me
thing.
say it again. How'd it go?
Your man.
I know exactly what that is. Shout out to my dude Hall Luck, but I know exactly what it is. But it's like,
Say it one more time. One more time. One more
Let
time.
me hear.
One more time. One more time.
That's automatic. Don't say a word to them badges. Force the outcome to be something dumb for the
For babbling.
The lack of manners.
We'll have bandits in your bandits cabin.
With hammers, the advantage. Speaking Spanish. I ain't got the
Get
beat,
it.
so I ain't gonna flow it like you.
That's automatic to say a word to the badges and force the outcome to be something dumb for the babbling. The lack of manners will have bandits and bandanas in your cabin with the hammer then vanish. Speaking Spanish.
Vanish.
Woo!
Let's go, man. Nah,
Vanish.
if I say a word wrong,
Vanish.
vanish. I thought you said dead vanish. I'm like,
Nah. Huh? Oh yeah, that's every day.
every day, yup.
3 for 3 right now. 3 for 3.
That's a
bro.
video for that too.
Was that
That's
with Hard
fire.
Luck?
Yeah,
By
Fredro did the
Fredro.
beat to that. Yeah, that's
that was a
fire.
little beat. Yeah, nah,
Frejo got ill production, bro.
Man,
and just
it's
know,
amazing.
Just know these tracks. You know, I mean, obviously, the song that I picked, I like. You know, not only I like the verse, that verse, but I like the song.
Right, good
That's
looking.
why I picked them. I was
Right.
digging the track.
Before you go
so-
to the next one, yo, question. How do you link up with Frejo?
Shout out to Johnny Voga, man. My brother Johnny Voga, man. He's a good brother. He's a 100 Mad affiliate, and I met Johnny at a show years ago at BB King's. I did a show performance with Mice on, and we chopped it up ever since then. And he was like, "Yo, your energy is crazy, and it will match with Onyx. You used to come to Webster Hall." So we went to Webster Hall. You know, he got me backstage chopping it up with them. You know, and then I saw them perform. And then we went to the parking lot. I was talking with Sticky. Me and Sticky was vibing a little bit more in the beginning. Before I got to know Fredro, because Sticky would come to New York and be like, "Yo, Bats, what's up? I'm in New York. What you doing?"
Sticky remind me of one of my crazy cousins.
Yeah, he is a crazy. He's a crazy uncle now.
Crazy young.
It's crazy young. So you know, and then as I came around a little more, then me and Fredro, started working because he does the beat. So he was like, "Yo, Bats, your shit is nasty." We got in the studio. We did Every Day. We did all of these records. We did Four Horsemen. We did Every Day, licking off of hip hop, and the rest is history.
Is 100 Bats fully produced by Frejo?
Yeah,
All right.
album,
Yeah.
the whole album.
You can tell that shit.
Yeah.
Is,
It's
'Cause
just
they got the feel from like the jazz and the soul album.
Yeah.
that boom bap, bro.
Yeah, I pick those beats. My beat selection is I'm great with beat selections. You know what I mean? Like I hear it even for my guys. You know what I mean? Like, they when we get in the studio and I'm like picking the beats, we make like, cause I hear a different sound. I hear these guys. I hear the vocals of my guys. You know what I mean? Just like I'm just like got good beat selections.
Nah, that's good. Because honestly, a song starts. What's gonna grasp the audience, whether performing or just somebody listen to a song for the first time, is the beat.
Yeah,
Song
sonically.
starts.
Sonically.
Yep. All right. Let's get to it. We gonna get to the top. And don't get tight, 'cause I ain't spinning it like you.
Not to say that you spit it at me, because
I ain't gonna.
nah, I ain't get tight.
But don't get me wrong. When I said it, I remember.
Nah, because I almost forgot for a second. I was like, huh? All right, go ahead.
We gonna get
Let's
to.
try it again.
We gonna get to the top. If you got to climb on me, and everybody that shake your hand is not your friend. No play pretend. Only 5% is going in. Get stomped in Tim's. And I'm gonna knock your ass out like the wind. And I just added that last bar.
You gonna throw him off, bro?
Yeah, one thing I can tell, like,
Hold on,
Let us play it one more time. Yeah, one
catch
more time.
it.
we're gonna get to the top if you have to climb on me. And
I got it. All right. What's the process?
You got it.
What's the
Damn.
process?
Ding, 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 ding. E, was that your last one?
Nah, one more.
Nah.
Oh, let's get it.
This right here, this is,
We gonna get to the
4 for
top
4,
if you gotta
yo.
climb on me.
this is gonna bring it to something later on. What you call your motherfucking brothers? What you call your motherfucking brothers?
Yeah.
Cause loyalty slim, and everybody knows that jealousy's a seed, and from hatred it grows.
It's loyalty.
Yes, that shit. That one right there,
5
man.
for 5, boy.
Stuck, kid.
That's light work.
Say that
kid.
line again. Say that again.
Where it go? What you call your motherfucking bros? Cause loyalty slim, and everybody knows that's jealousy.
Because jealousy's a seed, and from hatred it grows.
That's a fact.
You see what I said? Yippity yay and yippity yo.
That's how you started. I don't want to say the
Watch
yippity
who
because I'm
you
like, if I
say-
say that, he gonna know right
Watch who you call your motherfucking bros. Because loyalty slim, and everybody knows that jealousy's a seed, and from hatred it grows.
Yeah.
And envy's a motherfucker get tossed. It said envy's a motherfucker, some thorns on the rose. Some dirt you get covered up and tossed in the road. Sometimes that's the results of just breaking that's the times of the results of us broken the code. Some shit like that, yeah.
One thing that right there is bars with Ricky Batts.
Bars with Ricky Batts.
Good looking, man. I appreciate y'all.
One thing with your music that I want to relate to the people is, you talk a lot about your life experiences in your music, which is, it lets people know who you are as a person, what you come from, where you grew out of. Yo, I think we should.
I know we got a whole bunch more planned. But we can't give the people everything in one shot.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to cut this and get another part 2. We're gonna have my man Ricky Batts back in here next week, going crazy.
Yeah.
The rickety hickety.
You know the vibes.
Yo, we'll be
Ricky
back
Batts.
next week with our man Ricky Batts.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
Gotham
Yeah,
City,
yeah.
Gotham City, Gotham City, Gotham City, Gotham City.
You see the back, 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 yeah. You see the back, you see the back, you see the back, you see the back. Let me talk my shit. Yeah, yo, they got a splash. Now they caught up in the bats wave. Foot on the gas, pushing foreigns out the bats cave. From out the corners, I was brought up in those crack days. For a pair of Jordans, niggas more to let the max spray. No cap, that's why I keep the burner with me on the lap. Before rap, nigga had a history. Check his story.